Who says you can't reward yourself with a great truck, even when you're broke? You don't have to settle for that unreliable clunker that's been parked for 3 months outside your neighbor's driveway. Whether you need a work truck, a daily driver, or a weekend warrior, here are 15 of the most reliable trucks you can buy when you're broke. We've confirmed the real-world data, top complaints, and ownership experiences to make sure you're getting the most reliable, budget-friendly trucks on the market. So, let's jump in. If you're dreaming of a truly affordable mid-sized truck that won't break the bank, look no further than the first-gen Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon. These trucks followed on from the aging Chevy S10 and GMC Sonoma, featuring up-to-date tech for cheap even by today's standards. Early models from 2004 to 2007 can often be bought for less than $5,000, with two-wheel drive versions holding a slight upper hand. The engine lineup features a 2.8-liter 4-cylinder, a 3.5-liter 5-cylinder, and a 5.3-liter V8, with the inline 5 putting down 220 horsepower and 225 pound-feet. Although these trucks are fairly reliable, there are a few things to watch for. A common issue is the valve seat failure in the 5-cylinder engine, which can create ticking noises and misfires. If you live up north, keep an eye out for rust, especially at the rear wheel wells and frame mounting points. There have also been issues with the electrical system. After 100,000 miles, some drivers report that the dashboard circuit boards have failed and needed replacement, costing anywhere from $200 to $400. But the chain design of the timing system is a huge advantage over much of the belt-driven competition, saving owners $500 to $800 in service every 60,000 miles. For something even more rugged, the Z71 off-road package adds significant upgrades to the suspension and differential, though models with these upgrades tend to cost more. The Colorado and Canyon are ideal if you want a low-cost truck with all the basics, but if you want something even more under the radar, the next truck may surprise you. The Mitsubishi Raider might not be a truck you're familiar with, but it's essentially a rebadged Dodge Dakota, so you get all the rugged reliability of Dodge's mid-sized truck without the inflated price tag. Built from 2006 until 2009, it plays second fiddle to its more famous rivals, which makes it depreciate more quickly. That's good news if you're hunting for a bargain, since you can typically snatch one up for somewhere between $2,500 and $5,500. The Raider is powered by either a standard 3.7-liter V6, producing 210 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque, or an optional 4.7-liter V8 with 235 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It isn't the strongest in its class, but it'll do the job for daily driving and light towing. The Raider also shares many parts with the Dakota, so repairs are relatively cheap. Most components cost about 20 to 30% less than the same parts for a Dodge, simply due to lower demand. When buying a used Raider, there are a couple of things to watch out for. One known issue is with the transmission cooling lines. If caught early, repairs cost around $300 to $400. Another concern is tailgate handle failure after about 100,000 miles. But that's an inexpensive $50 DIY fix. The stock bed liner is surprisingly durable, and the 6-foot bed provides practical cargo volume without overly extending the vehicle's length. If you want a mid-sized truck with reliable mechanics and low cost, the Mitsubishi Raider is an underrated jewel. The Dodge Ram 1500 from 1994 to 2001 was a game-changer in the truck world, introducing bold styling and a rugged frame that made it an instant classic. These trucks are still widely available on the used market, and high-mileage models can often be found for under $3,000, making them an excellent choice for budget-conscious buyers. If we were to pick an engine, we'd probably choose the 5.2-liter V8, which produces 230 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. It's a proven workhorse that can easily hit 250,000 miles with simple upkeep. However, the automatic transmission is its weak point, with many needing rebuilds after 150,000 miles, a repair that can cost between $1,800 and $2,500. It's crucial to check the transmission's smoothness and fluid condition before purchase. Rust is also a known concern, especially around the wheel wells and rocker panels. Severe rust damage can be expensive to repair, often ranging from $500 to $1,000 per side, so look out for corrosion. Suspension parts such as ball joints and tie rods usually need replacement every 80,000 to 100,000 miles, costing approximately $600 to $800 for a complete service. Even with these issues, the second-gen Ram 1500 has proven to be a tough, durable, and affordable truck with readily available parts. The Toyota Tacoma has a legendary reputation for reliability, and a first-gen model built between 1995 and 2004 is one of the most rock-solid small trucks ever made. You can definitely find early Tacomas for less than $5,000 with over 200,000 miles on them, even though they tend to hold their value better than their American counterparts. The 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine achieves impressive MPG ratings, about 23 to 25 miles per gallon highway, with a respectable 142 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque. V6 models offer more power but require timing belt replacement every 90,000 miles or so, which costs around $600 to $800. Suspension mounting points, specifically frame rust, are a significant concern. Toyota's recall program replaced many rusted frames, so finding a truck with a replaced frame under that program can be very valuable. The Tacoma also features a nearly bulletproof manual transmission. The automatics are equally rugged, but must be maintained properly to last. Four-wheel drive models are super capable off-road, but their front CV joints should be inspected every 60,000 miles, with each pair costing about $300 to $400 to replace. The first-gen Tacoma is a wise purchase if you're looking for a compact truck that can easily surpass 300,000 miles. The Ford F-150 is America's best-selling truck, and for budget buyers, the 10th generation model from 1997 to 2003 is a fabulous option. These trucks are widely available, making parts cheap and easy to find. The most dependable engine in the lineup is the 4.6-liter V8, delivering 220 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. It's a solid, long-lasting engine that can happily exceed 300,000 miles if maintained regularly. However, the 5.4-liter Triton V8 is known for spark plug blowouts, which can be expensive to fix if not addressed quickly. If you're buying one, make sure the plugs have been replaced correctly to avoid costly repairs. Rust is a common issue too, particularly in the cab corners and bed supports, so a close inspection is vital. Despite a few of these issues, the 10th Gen F-150 remains one of the best bang-for-your-buck trucks available. Most sell for between $2,000 and $5,000, depending on mileage and condition. If you're interested in something tougher, capable of everything from farm work to cross-country road trips, our next pick just might be for you. One of my favorite trucks on the used market is the Nissan Frontier, aimed at competing with the Toyota Tacoma. It may not have achieved the same legendary status, but it's still plenty reliable and inexpensive to own. Built like a tank, the first generation 1998 to 2004 will run for high miles, and you can score one for $3,000 to $6,000 depending on condition. The most reliable engine option is the 2.4-liter inline-4, rated at 143 horsepower and 154 pound-feet of torque. It isn't the quickest truck on the road, but it's very efficient, audacious, and built to last. If you need a bit more power, there's also a 3.3-liter V6, which produces 170 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque. With proper maintenance, these trucks can exceed 250,000 miles. The Frontier proves that you don't have to spend a fortune to own a tough, reliable pickup. But if you're looking for something even more legendary, you're going to love what's next. One of the most well-balanced trucks of all time might just be the early 2000s Chevy Silverado 1500. It's tough, reliable, and parts are everywhere, making repairs inexpensive and straightforward. These trucks commonly sell for between $3,500 and $7,000, depending on mileage and condition. The big star under the hood is the 5.3-liter Vortec V8. This engine delivers 285 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque, and it's built for purpose. Many of these trucks still rack up over 300,000 miles. However, no truck is perfect. Watch for rust on the rocker panels and cab corners, a common problem in this generation. The fuel pump may fail after 150,000 miles, with replacement costs running about $500 to $700. If you're looking for a big, bold, full-size pickup that never fails, the Silverado 1500 is hard to beat. But perhaps you're seeking something more rugged. Well, stay tuned. The first-generation Toyota Tundra is among the most dependable full-size trucks ever built. It may not have the brute force of an American V8, but it more than makes up for that with legendary durability. You can find these trucks for $5,000 to $10,000, and every penny is worth it. But boy, that 4.7-liter I-Force V8 is a literal tank. With 245 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque, it can handle towing and hauling with ease, and it's known to easily exceed 400,000 miles with simple maintenance. There are few weak spots on the Tundra, though earlier versions did suffer from frame rust, which forced Toyota to issue a recall. If you're buying one, ensure the frame has been treated or replaced. Other than that, the Tundra is as bulletproof as a truck gets. If reliability is your top priority, it's hard to do worse than a Tundra. But we're not done. Our next truck is an even bigger workhorse. Need a heavy-duty truck on a budget? The Ford Super Duty from 1999 to 2007 is an absolute beast. These trucks were built to last and remain a favorite among contractors, farmers, and haulers today. What's the best engine choice? The 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel. This legendary engine produces 275 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque, and it's known to exceed 500,000 miles with proper maintenance. Even used Super Duty trucks aren't cheap, budget between $6,000 to $12,000, depending on mileage and condition. Also, inspect the suspension for wear, such as ball joints, which typically need replacement every 200,000 miles. This is one of the best value trucks available if you need power and durability and have a budget closer to $10,000. But perhaps you want something just as rugged without the diesel price tag. Our next truck delivers exactly that. Whoa, a Honda on a truck list? Absolutely. The first-gen Ridgeline from 2006 to 2014 is probably the most underrated pickup ever made. It's not a conventional body-on-frame truck. This is actually a good thing. It means a smoother ride, better fuel economy, and fewer mechanical problems. The 3.5-liter V6 produces 247 horsepower and 245 pound-feet of torque, and it can last over 300,000 miles with regular maintenance. These trucks sell for $5,000 to $10,000, and because they're built like a Honda, parts are dirt cheap. If you don't need to tow a lot of weight and just want a reliable, comfortable truck, the Ridgeline is a great option. But let's return to something more traditional. The third-gen Dodge Dakota 2005 to 2011 is one of the last mid-size trucks with a V8, possibly the only one in this price range. This is your sweet spot if you need more power than an average mid-size truck but don't want a full-size. The 4.7-liter Magnum V8 with 302 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque makes the truck move with authority for towing and hauling. There's also a 3.7-liter V6, but let's be real, it's underpowered for a truck of this size. If you're going with a Dakota, get the V8. It's much more fun and practical. These trucks are generally reliable, though timing chain wear and sludged oils can be problematic, especially if the previous owner skipped service intervals. The good news? If you change your oil regularly, you can easily exceed 250,000 miles. Prices range from $4,000 to $8,000, which is a steal considering the power and utility you're getting. The Dakota is a great option if you need a mid-sized truck that acts like a full-size, but perhaps you need something even harsher. Let's move on to the top 4. Chevy had the S10 before the Colorado, and these trucks are damn near indestructible. Whether you choose the compact 2.2-liter inline-4 or the 4.3-liter V6, you're getting a bulletproof engine that can easily surpass 300,000 miles. Produced from 1994 to 2004, the 2.2-liter engine produces 120 horsepower, which isn't a lot but delivers gas mileage like a compact car. The 4.3-liter V6 boosts power to 180 horsepower and 245 pound-feet of torque, a better choice for towing and highway driving. The S10's biggest advantage is parts availability. So many were made that parts are remarkably cheap. Need a new alternator? $100. New starter? $80. Even a full transmission swap is cheaper than it would be on most contemporary trucks. These trucks sell for anywhere between $2,500 and $6,000 depending on condition, making them one of the most affordable pickups on our list. But if you're looking for something with legendary status, our next selection may be your best shot. The Toyota Hilux from 1995 to 2005 is the cockroach of the automotive world. If you've ever seen videos of vehicles surviving floods, being crushed by buildings, and still running, you know exactly why it's here. Equipped with a 2.4-liter or 2.8-liter diesel engine, these trucks can easily exceed 500,000 miles with basic maintenance. They may not boast insane horsepower, but they have torque for days and will swallow any challenge. The biggest downside, these trucks are not officially sold in the US. But if you find one, can import one, or find a used Tacoma, they share parts, it's a total no-brainer. Hiluxes typically hold their value like gold, selling for anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000, depending on the model year and mileage. If you want the ultimate apocalypse vehicle, the 1995 to 2005 Hilux is it. But if you're looking for an American truck with a comparable legacy, stay tuned. Hit the like button if you knew the Ford Ranger from 1993 to 2011 would make this list. It's one of the most indestructible compact trucks ever made and remains very popular with mechanics and fans. Notice that the 2.3-liter and 3.0-liter Vulcan V6 engines are dead simple, low-maintenance workhorses. However, the 4.0-liter V6 is the engine to have if you want real durability. These engines routinely hit 400,000+ miles without any major issues. Another benefit, the Ranger is one of the least expensive trucks to maintain. Parts are plentiful, and a full engine rebuild can cost less than $2,000. You can often find one priced between $2,500 and $7,500 based on mileage. If you're looking for a cheap, easy-to-work-on truck that lasts forever, the Ranger is a great choice. But what is the best budget truck you can get? Let's move on to our number one. The number one on this list is the Toyota Tacoma, 2005 to 2015. If you want a truck that's reliable, affordable, and holds its value better than any other on this list, this is the one. The 4.0-liter V6 is the gold standard with 236 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. It's powerful enough for towing while still sipping fuel like a midsize. Some models also come with a 2.7-liter inline-4, which is just as reliable, although it lacks the towing power. Why does the Tacoma win? It lasts forever. These trucks regularly surpass 500,000 miles, and all they're ever required to do is run. Parts are inexpensive, easy to work on, and rarely break. Used Tacomas aren't cheap by any means, with prices ranging from $8,000 to $15,000 based on mileage. But here's the caveat, you'll never lose money on one. Sign on the dotted line for a Tacoma today and guarantee that it'll still be worth nearly the same in 5 years. If you need an unkillable truck, the Tacoma is the king. There you have it, 15 of the most reliable trucks you can afford when you're broke. Which one's your favorite? Do any of you own one of these trucks? Leave a comment below and let us know. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell for more content about cars and trucks. See you in the next one.